You actually need less time than you think to get in shape. And on today's video, I want to give you the I don't have time workout plan. These are literally my best tips I've used for training busy clients and also working with myself over the years, becoming a dad, having 2 kids in a span of 2 years, and just having an overwhelming sense of stress at moments in my life where workouts became less easy to do, harder to accomplish, and ultimately I felt overwhelmed by having to train all the time. So let me just start with this. You don't have to train every day. In fact, it's not optimal to train every day.
Wait a minute.
You just need to have specific workout strategies in place that I'll share with you here, but you also need to give yourself recovery time outside the gym. We'll talk about what to do outside the gym, but in terms of spending time on working out, you could literally start with 20-minute workouts a few times per week. And you would just simply focus on the movements, the exercises that are gonna give you the most bang for your buck. Things like bench press variations, pull-ups or pull-down variations for your back, rows, curls and tricep extensions, squats, dumbbell curls, leg curls, like things that are actually gonna give you a result versus spending a ton of time on accessory movements, fancy stuff, and trying to do 8 to 10 movements during your workout. Focus on 2 or 3 at a time, and you'll start to see noticeable gains. What we're gonna do with these shorter workouts is we're gonna focus on progression. So week over week, you're gonna aim to get stronger or do more reps with the same weight and actually notice some serious gains happening over the course of weeks over weeks. If I were setting up a 20-minute workout schedule 3 times a week, I would do something like push-pull legs, where I would do my chest, shoulders, and triceps with 1 or 2 movements where I could knock out all 3, things like dumbbell bench press, dumbbell overhead press, and then maybe some dips for my triceps and chest. You could do a couple sets for all 3 of those exercises. And then on Wednesday, you could do pull movements. So a pull down or a row with a bicep curl. That's gonna hit all the major muscle groups in my back and my biceps with just 2 or 3 movements. Then on the final day, I would do a movement for quads, a movement for hamstrings, and maybe a calf movement. But I would do it with minimal rest between maybe something like a quad movement, like a squat, and then jump into some calf work, back to the squat, jump into some calf work. That way those 20 minutes are maximized. And honestly, like I said, if you're tracking your lifts, you're getting stronger, you're doing more reps with the same weight over time, that's all you need. You don't need to be throwing in 15 different exercises. But if you're like, well, I have more time on the weekends, during the week is when I don't have a lot of time. So 20-minute workouts work great. But what about if I have an hour on the weekends? Well, that's where you could throw in something like an additional full body workout or just a weak body part workout. Body parts that you want to spend more time on, that you want to see more improvement on. If you have smaller shoulders or a smaller butt or whatever it is, and you want to build more mass in that area, you'd throw in some extra work on the weekends. But if your body's relatively balanced, you could just do a full body workout where you do 1 exercise per body part, do a whole full body workout on a Saturday if you have an hour or even 90 minutes. The key here is, remember, it's progress, not perfection. A perfect workout split that's followed inconsistently will never give you the results that an imperfect split followed consistently will. So if it's 20-minute workouts 3 times a week, Monday through Friday, 1 longer workout on the weekends, great, I'm all for it. Start with that. The good news is you don't need to spend time in the gym doing cardio.
What?
Cardio should be done outside the gym. And what I mean by that is we should start tracking our overall movement throughout the day. If you're stuck at a desk all day long, I get it. Maybe consider investing in a standing desk where you can actually burn more calories by standing up and being more active at your desk. If you want to get crazy, you could do an under the desk treadmill, just a walking pad that moves at a really slow pace that you could do some steps on while you're answering emails or taking phone calls. These are creative ways, if you're serious about getting in shape, that you can put in place to make life a whole heck of a lot easier. But overall, you should be walking for your cardio. Just take a lunch break, eat lunch for 15 minutes, and then go walk for 15 minutes. Go for a walk at night with your kids instead of watching a movie. Go outside, play with your kids, be more active with your wife, take her out for a walk. Go out to eat. After dinner, go walk around wherever you are. Get creative and track your steps, aim for 8 to 12,000 a day, and that'll save you that extra time that you might have spent on cardio in the gym. One thing I used to do when things were super busy, I had 0 time, is I would do a 20-minute workout in the morning, and then at night, when I had 15 minutes, I'd knock out things like push-ups, band curls, or I'd come down to my home gym and I'd just do some light dumbbell work for 15 to 20 minutes when I had extra time. These bonus evening workouts add to your total volume of training for the week. They're not required, they're not necessary, but they will speed up some of your results if you're serious about building muscle. So throw that in if you have time. If you don't have time, don't stress it. Do your best with the main workouts, and then when you find pockets of time, add in a quick workout. If you're like, well, Josiah, I don't have time in the evenings. I wanna spend time with my kids. I have baseball practice, soccer practice, whatever. I totally get it. You might find that you have these small pockets of time in your office where you could literally do some push-ups, do some squats, stretch, work on some mobility for 5 or 10 minutes at your desk. It might not seem like a lot, and in the moment, it's not a lot. It's just a little bit. But a lot of these little pockets over time add up to a ton of extra work. So don't be afraid to spend 5 minutes knocking out some push-ups a few times a week. You can even set a push-up goal for the week. Like, hey, I wanna knock out 500 push-ups every single week. Knock out 20 at a time here, 30 at a time there, and next thing you know, you're blowing that goal out of the water. So don't miss out on these little pockets of time that you have at your desk throughout the week. Finally, check this out. Like, there's gonna be busy seasons of life where you have very limited time. There's also, on the flip side, gonna be seasons of life where you have more time. Nobody said you had to do the same workout routine all the time. You can add time to your workouts during the seasons of life where you're less busy. Maybe there's the holiday season where you're like, I have time off, I can go to the gym more. Or maybe it's the summertime when the kids are off doing certain things that require less of you. Great. Instead of a 20-minute workout, maybe it's a 45-minute workout. You can add some extra work in. You can do some more things for your arms or your shoulders or whatever. Use those less busy seasons to get ahead, and then be okay with slowing down a little bit during busy seasons and doing just the 20-minute workouts and the hour workout on the weekends. The whole game plan here is just to be consistent. I promise you, what you do with nutrition and the movement outside the gym is gonna ultimately give you way more of a result or hold you back if you're not knocking those things out. Which leads me to this. If you wanna know how to put together your entire nutrition plan to get summer shredded this year, whenever that time comes, check out this video. I put it up here. It'll outline a whole entire game plan on how to build a rapid fat loss plan to get super shredded for the summer. And it uses some of the principles we talked about today. So go check that one out next. And in the meantime, drop me a comment below. What is the #1 struggle you have as a busy person when it comes to getting in shape? I might just use one of your questions or comments for a future video. In the meantime, my name is Josiah Novak with thetruetransformation.com. I'll talk to you on the next one. Life moves fast, make it count. Peace.